this box is something I have been looking forward to for a very long time. When I moved to Slovenia, I left behind a whole bedroom full of creative product. I had everything for sewing, painting, multiple mediums, canvases, accessories, products. I mean, I had quite a collection going. And when I moved here, I had to give it all up. And it was really, really hard to part with all of that. Ever since I've been here, I haven't really been able to dive into my creative side. Also because that's a pretty expensive hobby and it takes some time to acquire all that stuff, and it just hasn't been on my priority list for a while. And so anyways, 5 years later, here I am finally getting back. Now, when I was in college, I got a degree in art and then moved on to fashion design. And I was accepted into a fashion design program in Cal State Long Beach, but ended up deciding to get married instead of spending the next 2 years in college, which I do not regret, because my thought was college will always be there. And if I'm going to make this relationship last, I can't do long distance for years and years. So I decided to get married and follow my true love. And here I am 5 years later getting back into it. Very excited. Are you curious what's in this box? What? Who needs all this thread? Pins, bobbins, needles. What's this? More thread? Yes, I am very excited about this. So, as you probably guessed by now, I have got the things to finally start sewing. Now, what you need to sew is obviously a machine, which is right. This is an overlock machine. It's also known as a serger. This is what the 4 spools is for. This makes a clean edge. Can you see what this looks like here? That's what this machine does. This little guy is my regular sewing machine. This is the one that does all the regular stitches. Can you see all those little stitches there? That's what this one does. I am real excited to start this. What am I going to start? Well, for starters, I'm going to make myself some shirts I can breastfeed in that don't look like nursing shirts. Secondly, I'm hopefully going to tailor Luca's shirts so that they fit him. Because the way the man's built is that he always buys shirts that fit his neck, but then they just tent out, and he has such massive shoulders and then a narrow waist that shirts never make him look that nice. So I'm going to tailor them to make them fit his hot bod. The tricky thing about these machines, this one in particular, the serger / overlock, whatever you call it, I've used one before. I've never threaded it. I've never owned one. So it's going to be a real treat figuring this out. You know, it's not easy reading instruction manual, and I kind of like to just figure things out on my own, but the way this thing is made, there's no way I'd figure this thing out on my own. Like, if I was just trying to figure it out, I would probably break something. Let me show you. It's got 4 areas for spools. Each spool has this little thing to create tension and keep the thread neat and tidy. And then it's got each one of these for each thread. And it has to have 4 threads. And then you've got 2 needles. 2 needles. And then you've got this guy here. I mean, it's just, I'm not even sure how to open it. I was in fashion design and sewing and textile classes. Like, I know a thing or two about sewing machines. I've just always used one of these when it was all set up and ready to go, and I just walked up and I did my thing and I left. Okay, I don't know what kind of brilliant mad scientist came up with this machine. If you know who patented this machine or who was the first to invent it, please let me know. I'm just curious what kind of brilliant mind it takes to create such a thing. I mean, who thought, wait a minute, we could use knives and needles, not just one needle, but like 2 needles, and then these looper things, and we could make this. I mean, the thing is so complicated just to thread. The thread comes through here. Okay, first of all, it comes off these little racks here, through here, and then look at this mess. What? Just what? And this is just for, look, this is for two threads, and then 2 other threads come through the needles here, and then these are blades that actually cut the fabric while you're sewing it. What? It's amazing. I am moments away from finishing, dropping pins everywhere. My very first project on these sewing machines. And the very first time I've ever made something not using a pattern that was like clothing. So, I'm gonna finish this up and then I'm gonna see what it actually looks like when I put it on. If Leia will be happy long enough for me to do that. Kind of looks like a pillowcase right now. I totally messed this thing up. Totally messed it up. The armhole. And is like the last thing I did. I made the armhole too small and I serged it, which means I cut it as I sewed it. Gone forever. So I'm trying to fix my mistake. Voila, done. Well, it doesn't look so promising just like this, so I have to try it on. All right, first look and opinion. It actually turned out like a very cool shirt with a very cool pattern. It was a great learning experience. You want to know my biggest problem with this shirt? I should have known this. I used a shirt that I had as a pattern to make this shirt, and that shirt that I had was great for breastfeeding because it wasn't really tight, and I could easily pull it up to breastfeed, right? And this is like, now that I have it on, I'm thinking like, oh yeah, it's the same, like it looks the same. But that shirt is a knit fabric and it's stretchy, and this is not. So when I look at myself, I think it looks just like the other shirt, but it is stiff and there's not so easy to get around. You know what I mean? I do like how the collar turned out. So I guess this is another successful failure. So it's a successful shirt. Like, I like it. And the fabric, I mean, the pattern looks nice and everything. I kind of I like boat necked. I think they look very cool. And probably if I put this with some like nice pants and I put a jacket over it, it's like geometric looking. I like that. Just not gonna work for breastfeeding. Well, that's my daughter. The other thing that I thought about and said, F it, was that this was very likely to shrink when I wash it. So, if that happens, I will just turn this into a little dress for Olivia or something. I'm coming, Leia!